Welcome back to Candy's Classic Game Shrine, everyone, and today on Adventures in the Third Dimension, we're going to review Nestor's Funky Bowling for the Virtual Boy. Nestor's Funky Bowling for the Virtual Boy is one of the few US exclusive games and was developed by Saffire Corporation and published by Nintendo. It released in the US on February 26, 1996. Nestor's Funky Bowling is a quirky sports game for the Virtual Boy. This title is not to be confused with Virtual Bowling for the Virtual Boy because each game is different and exclusive to specific regions. Aside from region exclusivity, price is also a gigantic difference between these two. As the game's title suggests, the game's focus is on Nestor from the Nintendo Power comic strip. Should you choose to play a two-player game, or just want to play as a female player, you also have the option of playing as his twin sister, Hester. The goal of the game is to knock down the most pins while avoiding gutter balls. If you have the manual to this game available to you, you'll see a funny little character write-up for both Nestor and Hester. It states for Nestor, Nestor is a conceited video game player and a notorious smart aleck. Years ago, he finagled his way into comic stardom in the pages of Nintendo Power magazine. After a glamorous run of 40-something issues, Nestor called it quits. He wanted to prove that he wasn't just another comic hero. He spent a couple of years as a struggling actor before coming back to his bread and butter, video games. Now Hester's reads, "You thought Nestor was bad? You should get a load of his overconfident twin sister Hester. Whipping 3 minutes older than Nestor, Hester is quite sure that she is superior to her little brother in every way. Deep down, Hester has always believed that she could have been the bigger star than Nestor. Well, she finally has a chance to prove herself. Will you help Nestor, or will you help Hester?" When you press start, you're taken to the Mode, Music, and Game Selection screen. There's two modes, one for a one-player mode and one for a two-player mode that's played via pass and play. Then you're presented with 3 game types, bowling, practice, and challenge. Bowling is a normal game of 10 frames played either alone or with a friend via pass and play. Aim for the best score. Practice allows you to practice different pin placements so you can work on finally nailing that 7-10 split. I actually found this mode useful and kind of fun. Challenge mode plays off the pin setups in practice mode. Your goal here is to score better than the CPU or the second player at the end of 10 frames of variously set up pins. The music selections in this game live up to the game title and are quite funky for its time. There's 3 options for music tracks and a 4th option for silence. I find myself jamming out to all of them while I'm tossing the ball down the alley. A little fun fact for angry video game nerd fans, Music C was the song used in episode 42 for the Virtual Boy, specifically when he tapes it to his head. After selecting your mode, game, and music, you're brought to the configuration screen. This is where you input your player name, choose between Nestor or Hester, choose your handedness, which for lefties like me is pretty important, and even choose the weight of your ball. The weight of the ball ranges from 8 to 16 pounds. The controls of this game are as follows. You can use either D-pad to move your player. Start pauses the game, select allows you to focus during gameplay by bringing up the focus screen. A and B is to confirm your choices during gameplay. B will cancel choices only on the configure screen. And the only time L and R are used is when you're resetting the game by pressing L plus R plus start plus select. Throughout the game, you'll notice that Nestor and his sister Hester are extremely animated and expressive during this game. Each pin missed or bad throw made, they'll express their frustrations at the top of the screen in a pretty funny manner. Half the time I caught myself acting out exactly what they were doing, coincidentally, just out of my own frustration of how poorly I played. Along with Nestor and Hester's reactions to every ball throw, the top of the screen animates when you miss, get a split, nail a spare, or get a strike, similar to how they're done in real-life bowling. Each event has various animations which makes you want to do better so you can see each one. Or do worse for some of them. Want to add this game to your library? It's going to cost you a little bit. It won't cost you virtual bowling type money, but it's also not a $10 game either. Nestor's Funky Bowling is going to run you about $25 loose or $70 complete in box. Is this game worth the buy? Well, if you like bowling games, or just long for some weird game where Nestor is the star, or just want to collect every game for the Virtual Boy, sure, go for it. It's fairly inexpensive, it's silly, and pretty enjoyable. You can enjoy it in short bursts or a more dedicated sit-down gaming session, as there's modes to accommodate that too. There isn't too much you're gaining in the 3D, but if someone enjoys the gimmick, it's good enough for me to play on the real system. Alright guys, that was my review of Nestor's Funky Bowling for the Virtual Boy. Let me know what you guys thought of the video and the game in the comments below. And until next time guys, take care.